G'day everyone and welcome to the player ratings for game week 5 of the UEFA Europa League. Back at Old Trafford, it's Man United 3, Sheriff Tiraspol 3. This leaves us with a big last Europa League group stage game next week. We travel to Spain to take on Real Sociedad in a game that we need to win 2-0 to top the group with goal difference and with countback or results or whatever the next rule is. But goal difference is the main thing that comes into the Sociedad game next week. We can't draw, we have to win, and we have to win at least 2-0. So yeah, it's a massive game against Sociedad next week. If we don't, we're going to finish second, which would mean playing a team like Barca, Juve, Ajax. So a team that would be tough to play, let me say. So yeah, finishing top of the group is a big advantage in the Europa League. But moving our focus on to Sheriff game, this was a really, really good performance. A 75% possession, 24 shots to 0. We just controlled the whole game as we should be, and our form is just picking up game by game. And our form is absolutely ridiculous at the moment. Such a good side to watch, and hope we can just continue this into the West Ham game on Monday, then Sociedad on Friday, and hopefully just all the way through to the Fulham game before the World Cup. So really enjoying this momentum, and hopefully we can just keep on picking up the 3 points. David De Gea, I mean, you can't get much more of a 6 performance, and it's not a bad 6, let me tell you. It is not a bad 6. It's probably the best sort of 6 you can get. Like, I'd love to just be giving David De Gea the 6 I'm giving every week, because, I mean, there was 0 shots. There were 0 shots. So he touched the ball about twice. 6. Delo, he's a man-to-match contender, I'll say that. He's definitely a 7. Scored his first ever Manchester United goal. He's whipping into the box. He's getting better week by week. His creativity from the right, it's something Wan-Bissaka hasn't done for years. And now Delo's finally getting into the groove of permanently being our starting right back. I hope we can get some competition for him soon, like Frimpong, who can hopefully sign in January. But Delo really building his creativity into the box game by game, and he ended up actually scoring a goal today. So yeah, really solid from Delo. I'm just going to quickly mute my TV because fucking Paul Scholes is going off about Anthony's spin. That's what's happening on my telly right now. Lindelof, I'm going to give a 7. I'm going to give a 7. I've said it before and I'll say it again. Asking Lindelof to do the job Varane does is way too much. You can't ask Lindelof to play like Varane. But week after week, when Varane goes down, he puts in really solid efforts. And alongside Lissandro Martinez, I think they are the second best combo at the club. And not anywhere near the level of Varane and Martinez, but it's a combo I can trust. It's a combo that I can trust at ground level and in the air. Lindelof in the air, Martinez on ground. I really like this combo, and obviously I really want Varane back, but if we have to put up with Lindelof until the World Cup, it's not going to be the end of the world, because not only do we not have a very hard run, but he's a really solid player and did his job today. Martinez, I'm actually only going to go a 6 for Lissandro today. I thought Lindelof was the better centre-back. And it's not a bad 6 either. Just didn't need to do much. The ball didn't come down a lot, and he didn't really need to distribute a lot. He came off at half-time because if he got one more yellow card, he'd be suspended for the Sociedad game. So the rightful substitution. Martinez a 6. Nothing wrong with this game. Just didn't really astound me. Malacia, I'm going to give a 6 to Malacia, close to a 7, but again, it's not a bad 6. The entire back four aren't getting massive scores because the ball just fell back to them. The ball didn't even fall back to them that often. They just really didn't need to do a lot. We controlled the game around the top of our box and around the midfield. It's the midfield that will get the high scores. These 6s for the back four, there's absolutely nothing wrong with them. It's just, they didn't need to do a lot. Same with De Gea. Casemiro, I'm going to give a 7. Not only did he control the ball really well, he wasn't on the ball a lot, but when he did have it, he controlled it really well. I think his shielding of the back four is why the back four has gone in only 6s, and that's because Casemiro doesn't let the ball get through. He's an absolute rock in defensive midfield, arguably the best defensive midfielder in world football at the moment. he's just astounding how good he is. Like, whether he makes a big impact like he did against Tottenham and Chelsea, or whether he just does his job and shields the back four like he has today. Casemiro, a really solid performance. Christian Eriksen, I'm going to give a 7. He's returned back to a little bit of form. Obviously, all season he's been really, really solid. But he went down. We played Fred. He had a shit game against Newcastle, a really good game against Tottenham. We brought him back in against Chelsea, a mediocre performance. But, oh my God, how good he was today. Just creating chances left, right, and centre. It's why Christian Eriksen is one of the... I mean, I can't believe we got him for free. He's an absolutely ridiculous transfer. And I'm so happy to have him in our midfield. Bruno's a 6. He moved on to the right at the end of the game, so you couldn't really do anything. He just didn't really have the pace to catch on with some balls. But yeah, I mean, he controlled the ball really well. But apart from that, he didn't have to do a lot. I'm going to give him a 7, actually, thinking about it. The midfield is the reason we won this game, how we were able to control the ball. And I think Casemiro, Eriksen, and Fernandes, we can't discriminate. I think they all get 7s. Anthony, he did a few spins. I'm going to give a 6. He didn't do anything. He didn't really whip in any balls. He was probably one of the weaker links on our pitch today. Yeah, he gets a 6. Garnacho, I'm going to give a 6. 7.3 is absolutely ridiculous. I think that's literally the highest score here. Yeah, Garnacho was not the best player. I'm not sure what you're on if you think that. Yeah, I mean, he was a little bit selfish at times. That's what you expect from a young player trying to score a goal in his first start for Manchester United. Yeah, it showed some promising signs. Really good on the ball. That's a really promising thing. And, you know, with every manager, there's always at least one breakthrough player from the academy, and I just have that feel Garnacho is going to be that man with Ten Hag, and hopefully Ten Hag's here for long enough where he can develop a few more, because, yeah, I feel like he's going to be a real special player, but a 7.3 is ridiculous. Ronaldo. He gets a 7. Purely for the goal. I think he actually got into really good positions today. He scored a goal that was offside. His goal was a real poacher's sort of mentality. Ronaldo at his best when he was poaching. Yeah, he did really well on his goal, but yeah, he wasn't really involved in the link-up play, which I was happy with, because and that probably also ups him to a 7. He sometimes just gets so involved into the link-up play that when we get it onto the wing to either Rashford, Sancho, or Antony, we've got no one to put it into the box to. So I think Ronaldo did his role as a striker today, scored a goal. Probably should have had two goals, but yeah, I think he did his job today a lot better than he has been doing, rather than coming up the ground for the link-up. I think he stayed in the box and did his job. Maguire 6. Can't really fault him. He didn't need to do anything. Again, like the back four, he didn't need to do anything. He misplaces so many passes, it's not even funny. Like, he just rockets it. Like 3 times, he just rocketed it about a foot behind Luke Shaw, and he had to fucking almost tear his hamstring getting the ball. He just needs to learn how to execute a basic pass. Rashford gets a 7 for his goal. I'm so happy for Rashford. It's been so painful watching him just miss week after week after getting starts, and he rightfully got benched today. I said Ronaldo should have come into the side. I'm happy he did. It was the right decision. Rashford came on, scored his goal, a really good header, and that actually brings me to Luke Shaw, who's also getting a 7. Back-to-back weeks, Luke Shaw is turning into a force once again at left back. He's returning to form of old. It's really good to have competition at that left back position with Shaw and Malacia, because back-to-back weeks against Chelsea, a phenomenal whip into Casemiro, who scored a header. This week, a phenomenal cross into Rashford, who scored the header. Luke Shaw is in some phenomenal form, and yeah, also really happy to see Rashford get his goal. McTominay 6, Donny 6. I'm not sure why he gets a 6.5. Let's give him a 10 while we're at it. I'll give him a 6. Ten Hag, 7, I'd probably give. Team selection was fully correct. I'll actually just quickly show something. On the Manchester United app, you can do your team predictions, your lineup predictions. If anyone can see there, that's 10 out of 11 players correct. I get, yeah. Oh well, it actually went off, but yeah, 10 out of 11 players correct. From what I predicted, it's right there actually now. The only player I didn't predict to start was Garnacho, which is probably fair enough. But yeah, It's the team I would have gone with. We dominated possession. It was a real Ten Hag sort of performance, and the form we're in playing under him, he has just got the team up and rolling. His rotation's really good with players, and I just love where we're at as a team right now, not as a club, as a team. My man of the match I've never been so stumped on who to give it to, because there wasn't any real standout. Eriksen's a chance. I don't think Casemiro is probably one of the weaker sevens. Lindelof, probably. I would give it to Delo, but I'm going to give it to Eriksen. I think he created so many chances today. I think he does get the 7. I actually almost gave it to Ten Hag, to be brutally honest. I mean, what? Garnacho's not man of the match. Just a touch of bias, I think, is going into this from the fans. Anyway, thank you all for watching. I will see you all next time, and I will see you for the West Ham game on Monday. Cheers.